We're going to move on to some practice games for Toronto Regionals. Changing our game over to Pokemon. TCG Live. Whole 9 people watching Pokemon TCG Live right now. Definitely the game that I should be streaming if I want big Twitch viewers. That's okay. All right. I lost the coin toss. Not a great start. And I'm going to put on some background music. I like the Hearthstone music. I'm always fine with that. But the Pokemon music in this gets kind of meh. So I like to put on like a nice Pokemon sound library, something. So go with Diamond and Pearl. This is an interesting start. The question here for me is always, do I give them the artisans so that they can get their basics? Odds are that they don't have a dead hand here, that they have some kind of supporter or item that's going to get them basics. So I'm just going to start my engine here. Ooh, a new follower has joined. Hello. 12 Gato Forever. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How's your night going? So they definitely get the Rolf off of my Artisan. The question is, were they really going to have access to anything else? Yeah, Nest Ball. So yeah, we're good. I didn't give up the Donk there, but we did help them get set up a little bit. But we also needed a little help set up. I guess I could have Arbined for the trolley to get myself going. So the artisan wouldn't have made a huge difference for us, but it did help them. That's something I should have factored in. But normally, I'm expecting to get Iono'd, which is why I put down the balloon. I'm gonna want the balloon there anyway, but Team Rocket's Watchtower. All right. And then into the lilies. Yeah, I mean, they got Secret Box, so they got everything. They got everything. At least we're not going to be item locked, so we can get our one turn with items. That's, not great, but it's something. And if we have the Vitality Band in deck, then we can actually get knockout on the Monkey Dory this turn, which would be nice. And then start setting up for Gholdengo. Oh, yeah, assuming we have trolley and band in there, that's what we will grab. Beautiful. We can grab our Lunatone. And then the question is the third. Double Soul Rock doesn't feel right for this matchup. I think I'm just going to go straight triple gimme. Gimme more gimme. So grab out our 2 Gholdengos to thin. And then we can evolve the 2 gimme goals we had before. Go ahead and do the coin bonus for 2. See what we're trying to maybe discard with Vessel. Nothing there, so we'll do the 1 here. The Artisan's not a bad option, but let's see what we get off the Lunar Cycle. Another Gholdengo. That's probably the winner. Because we're probably going to be item locked next turn, so let's get all the stuff in our hand that we can here. We still have the energy attachment per turn, so we'll attach it to our non-air ballooned Gholdengo. Treats. Vitality Band goes there with the Power Plus Pro. He's resistant, but the good news is our attack goes through weakness and resistance, or it doesn't affect weakness and resistance, so we get the 110. We'll take it. It's not the best. I mean, that's about as good a start as we can expect when we're going first. And in general, we do have a favorable matchup against Gardevoir, so that's good. By the way, that goal of 10 games total today, that is probably not going to happen. I'm down to play at least a handful of games here. And normally in the game counter, I don't count donks, but boy, if I get any Soul Rock donks, they're definitely going on the count today. Doesn't matter how tired I am. Alright, so they get the Guardy. No shocker there. Hi, baby. My kitty is just running around. You want to sit down with me? Or are you just going to keep being rambunctious? I really should set up the kitty cam so you guys can see the cat. But it wouldn't really matter right now until she sits down, and I don't have the right camera angle for the kitty cam at the moment. Plus, it's completely dark in my apartment, so you guys would only be seeing the kitty lit up from the monitors. Which, you know, Pokemon is a fairly colorful game, so it gives a little bit of light. But ooh, there we go. There's my bird. She usually likes to walk or stalk around and pick her spot, and then eventually she plops down somewhere. So we do have the boss in hand, so we can look to try to boss for something. If we're not item locked, we don't have a whole lot of energies in play yet. I think we got the Vessel off of the prizes, but we've got a perfectly good Vessel Coffin combo. I assume this is going towards probably Lunatone or the... Yeah, so if it's 3, then yeah, I'm sure it's going to Lunatone. Place the Dark down, you could move 30, but now we're just going straight to damage. I don't see any reason why you'd put 4 on there. Oh, okay. So they're not going to give us a knock. They're not going to get a knockout. Alright. Well, let's start by thinning a bit. A couple of fighting energies. So right now we have 1 energy in the discard. We can get 1 from retreating and 1 from Lunar Cycle. But first, let's see if we got any more Gholdengos in here. Nope. So we could go for Penny or Turo this turn and just get the 1 prize knockout. That, I think, is the most ideal. That starts with Lunar Cycle. Oh, let's see what we get. Nada. And nothing additional to Thin. So we will coin bonus for 1. Okay, so at this point, the odds, 1 out of 11, not very good for getting either of those supporters out of the 1 card draw. So instead, we're going to make the boss play. I'm going to see if they can get another Gardevoir out, which they probably can because Curly is there. But this way, we at least get to draw 2. Yeah, so top card was not it, so that's fine. We are going to Battle Cage. We're going to make their Monkey Dory shenanigans a little more difficult. We grabbed all the fighting energies, so those are all out. We're going to Superior for Nestball and Arven. For the 3. And then we're going to Boss. So we got to do 270, so it's only 6 energies, so we're good there. Yeah, 5 would be not enough, so we do have to do all 6, but we'll take it. And we'll take the 2 prizes. And there's our 7th fighting energy, so there's still 1 more prized. I run 3-8. 3 metal, 8 fighting. There should be another couple of metal in there though, which we probably could have Earthen Vesseled. Again, any deck that runs item lock, you know, you always kind of want to assume you're going to be item locked in those situations and play the items up front. But Gholdengo does have a lot of draw support, so it's not too hard to get stuff back. But like, you know, there's only 4 energies floating right now between 3. So if they do item lock us, that can be kind of tough to score another knockout here. Unfortunate, because I didn't get to get Genesect out of the way, so he's probably toast.
You are a raider.
Emian!
Legendary.
Hey, how's it going, man? Long time no see. I owe you some raids. I will be having some earlier streams this week, but I'll be getting done earlier, and I will definitely pay you back with an awesome raid. But hello. Welcome in, everybody. I am Jason Hotz. I usually play Heroes of the Storm like our friend Emian here. But right now, I am playing Pokemon, the trading card game, live, because I am practicing for the Toronto Regional Championships this coming Saturday. This is my deck, Gholdengo. If you guys have never been in here before, feel free to ask any questions. I'm always happy to talk about Pokemon. Also happy to talk about HOTS. I just got back on a Nexus Gaming Series team and have been playing with Roll1 Esports for a bit, so always happy to talk HOTS shop as well. Alright, so back to my turn. Also, we have the Pokemon community game in chat, so the next time that comes up, I'll try to catch that so I can give you guys some heads up on the whole thing for that. Alright, so I've got 6 energies and discards, so we're going to go ahead and put some of those back with Rod. We'll do 3 because we can still discard 1 with Lunar Cycle, so we get our 4 off of Superior Energy Retrieval. But first we'll pull out a few. We've got 1 extra Soul Rock in the deck, so we'll actually discard that. 2 energies. And then each of the gongs, we can grab one more energy here. And just thin as much as possible. And then we want to start drawing. I should have done all of that before I drew with coin bonus, but that's all right. So lunar cycle for discarding 1 for 3. We get the Pheasantipity, so that lets us draw 3 cards if a Pokemon was knocked out last turn, so we'll do that. The Penny we wanted last turn, but no boss. So we can either draw 1 card with coin bonus while it's on the bench, or we can air balloon and retreat. But then we don't have the air balloon. Let's see. You know, we only need the knockout with yeah, we only need the knockout this turn. We can go for the boss knockout next turn. So let's go ahead and get the Soul Rock knockout for now. I guess I should have drawn the last card to see if it was boss, but it's not. And then I guess we'll pick up let's pick up the Gimme Ghoul, because it is actually the biggest liability on the field right now with 2 retreats. And yeah, then we will Cosmic Beam for knockout. So that puts us at 2 prizes. So now we just need to knock out one of our opponent's 2 prize Pokemon. So that is either the Gardevoir, which you get to take 2 prizes, or the Pheasantipity, where you get to take 2 prizes. This one obviously a little easier, 210. My Gholdengo's attack, it does 50 times the number of energy you discard from your hand. So right now we've got enough to do 200, but we've also got 4 energies in the discard, and our superiors can get that back to us. But that's assuming they don't disrupt their hands. They Iono us, they can make us shuffle back all of our cards back into our deck and draw the number of prize cards we have, which is 2, which would kind of suck. But the good news is if they score a knockout, then we get 3 back from the Fez. We can get 2 back from each coin bonus, that kind of thing. I could have also attached an energy to the other Gholdengo, but I didn't really need to. So I only need 1 Gholdengo to be able to attack. And there's that Iono I was talking about. Good news is it does it to both of us, so they have to go down to a 4-card hand. We go down to 2, and there's that boss I was looking for. So that is, I mean, we actually have the card we needed to win that we didn't have before, which is crazy, considering we had, like, I don't know, we had, like, what, 12, 14 cards in our hand or something? And it looks like they're gonna hit us with Mind Bend? I mean, I guess that is kind of the best thing they have on the board. It's kind of sad to say, but then they're gonna, okay, they're gonna pull out my Gholdengo, which he has free retreat, but he is the one with the energy. Oh, okay. So we're gonna Psychic Embrace, and you're gonna hit me for 190. It's not enough to knock out, but it is enough to do enough damage that they could maybe move enough damage with Monkey Dory next turn to knock me out. Oh, actually, no, 60. They would be able to knock me out if they move all 60. Take it back. The Adrena Brain, it lets you, as long as he's got a Dark Energy attached, you can move 3 damage counters. The Battle Cage blocks that, but only to the bench Pokemon. So he can still do that to my active to get the knockout here. And that puts him 2 prizes away, so that's his win condition for next turn. My win condition, however, is to get 6 energies out on the field. So, or 6 energies, well 7 really, because I need to attach 1 here. So those 2 superiors we had in our hand would have done that. But it would be even easier for us to knock out the Pheasantipity. That's probably what we're going to end up going for. I'm going to start by Fighting Gong and grabbing 1 of the fightings. So I could draw 3 with Lunar Cycle. Also, the Iono puts the cards at the bottom of the deck, so we wanted to shuffle the deck. And at this point, we're just trying to thin. Out of these 15 cards, we need, you know, or 2 superiors. So at this point, it's worth it to we need 2 of the 3 of these superiors to win. So it's worth it just to play every single card we can, even if they don't seem useful. Like, we'll grab a Soul Rock out, so it's just not in there to draw anymore. We'll go ahead and Earthen Vessel to grab the 2 energies. And now we get to draw 5. We get 2 off the coin bonus. Unitone doesn't help. Fighting Gong doesn't really help, because I think it's, yeah. I should have grabbed both the metal, knowing that Fighting Gong was in there. Yeah, so now it's all based on this Fez. We need one of those 3 superiors. So we're drawing 3 cards. 3 out of 10. So it's 30% chance 3 times. That should work, but might screw us over. We'll see. Yeah, 2 of the superiors. Beautiful. So now we can boss. Oh, they gave us the thumbs up. That's nice. Grab the 1 metal. I know there's 1 in my hand, but call me superstitious. So then we get to do the 250, and Fez is worth 2 prizes, so we win. Voila! And the best part is, I get to change our game counter to 3-1 today. And then for those of you not super familiar with Pokemon TCG Live, we have a ranked ladder system that's a little easier to climb than like HOTS, because you don't lose points up until you get to Great League, but then you get probably about double the points winning than you do losing. So you gotta, even if you go even, you'll eventually climb to Master League, and then at Master League you start at 1500. And you gain like about 15 points per win and lose about 15 per loss, depending on where you're ranked. So I've gone up about almost 120 now on that system, which is pretty good. Just to give you an idea of where I am in the ranked ladder. As if you asked. Yeah, we'll head on into the next one, see what kind of matchup we get here. I've been seeing a lot of the Mega Kangaskhan deck, which is weird. I didn't expect to see as much of that on the ladder. But a lot of the top-ranked players seem to be playing that right now, which is... It's okay. It's an okay matchup against us. The one concern is they run Cornerstone, which is pretty good at countering us. We have to play very cleverly to deal with their Cornerstone ability shenanigans. And my baby girl will just not sit down. So what are you doing? Are you still running around? Is it because I'm talking so much? Is that disturbing your relaxation and sleep? So we got somebody who's up at 1628, so a little ranked a little higher than us, pretty even. He's probably one of the highest ranked players I've played in a while. There aren't a whole lot of seasons that I get above 1600. So I feel like I'm feeling pretty good going into this tournament. The last tournament I played in was in Las Vegas in regionals back in November. And it went pretty well. It was a pretty good run. I was 1 point away from making it into day 2. I was 5 wins, 3 losses out of the matches. Okay. So potential for donk here. For me. Next turn. I wish I could have made them go first if they just had the Duskull. So last time where I played the Artisan, this time I'm going to hold it because I have everything. I'm actually going to grab 2 of the pieces so I can get these out with the items, and then all I need is the stadium down to play the Lunatone next turn to potentially get the Donk here, but odds are, again, they're going to have something to get something down on the bench, but I'll still play for that potential win condition next turn. If I knock out the Duskull and he's got no other Pokemon on the bench, then I would win, but the Ultra Ball will let him discard 2 cards to grab a Pokemon, so that's not going to happen. Okay, so we've got Dragapult here. You can see him discard his Dragapult and Dracloak. So I'll probably grab a Dreepy if I had to guess, though he could go for a Badoo if he wants to slow us down. Not knowing what's in our hand, he probably doesn't realize that wouldn't be the best move. But it depends on how bad his hand is here. If he's got a Lily's Determination to shuffle back all of his cards, then he should be fine. Yeah, so he's good. Yeah, so another Dreepy. And another Duskull. And the Badoo. Yeah, he's got everything. So I'm probably going to target his Dreepy here. I've got the boss, so I can bring something up off the bench. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. I can still do that. Right now, I don't have any items I'm needing to use, so the Badoo lock isn't really that annoying to me. The Fighting Energy is a good top deck, though, because now I can Lunar Cycle for 3 more cards. See what I can get out here. If I can get a Gholdengo, that'd be cool, because then I could draw 2 more cards. That's going to be a no-dog. Still have the free retreat, though, with that, so that's something. And then it's just decision time. What do I want to knock out here? I could try to break his item lock. Getting rid of the Badoo. But I don't really have that many items that I need next turn. Yeah, let's just boss. Let's go after the main attacker for now. If he had put an energy on one of the Dreepies, I think that would have been a for sure decision. But this way, you know, at least I get one of them knocked out. He'll probably evolve this one into a direct cloak next turn, which would have been nice to be able to, you know, Premium Power Pro to knock it out with 30 extra damage. So that at that point it would have 100 with the Dracloak, or 90. So I would need 100 damage, but... And there's an Abra in the chat. So if you guys have never played the Pokemon community game, what you can do is you can put in !Poke Start. It'll give you a few Pokeballs, and then you can put in !Poke Catch. Unfortunately, I caught that one a little too late. I mean, I noticed that one a little bit too late. Ooh. Went right into that and had the Neo. Yikes. Now that is some kind of luck right there, folks. He didn't even have to Hilda for that. He just had it. So yeah, now he gets to knock out the Soul Rock for 200. He gets to do 60 to the Gimme Ghoul and leaves me with just the Lunatone. This game is over. There is no way for me to come back from that. I will never financially recover from this turn. That said, I will try, though I know better, but, you know, all I can do is try. Actually, the music right now that's playing is kind of prophetic. Just got real, you know? So this is kind of what I needed the first turn. The start would have been great if I could have had the Arvin. Then I could have done all of this and gotten set up faster and not been Shrek'd so hard there, but this is what my deck does. It just did it one turn too late this time around. And so now I know you're thinking to yourself, well then Jay, why can't you come back now? Like, what's so bad about this? It's like, well, it's not impossible for me to come back, but I'm already one prize behind, and now he's going to take another prize, and he's got the Dust Noirs to make the game essentially go faster. If he gets the Dust Noirs and Dust Clops those out, then I'll kind of tell you guys how that works. But being behind against a Dragapult that already has Neo Upper, it's not a good start. It's not impossible to win. That's why I'm still in it. But if you're asking my opinion, like I said, I would never financially recover from that turn normally. So I'm going to put down the Monkey Dory. But that's going to require them to attach the fighting energy, or the dark energy, which is not usually how I would expect them to want to play. Because they need to start building up their second Dragapult against me, just in case I get a Gholdengo out and can knock this out. Because all I need is 5 energies to knock this out. And I'm sitting on a lot of cards, so if they're not going to Iona me this turn, then there's a good shot. I mean, from their interpretation, I would think they would be looking at this and be like, there's a good chance that he's got it, that he's got the knockout. So if he's going to put an energy down, it shouldn't be on Monkey Dory. It should be on the Cloak. Yeah. And so Boss comes out. Ah, interesting. So he's gonna hit me for 200 here. And then he'll put some damage counters on my bench. I don't know where. But yeah. I mean, he knows he already knocked out the air balloon on that first gimme goal I had. And usually my deck only runs 2 air balloons. So you can see the second one. So he's like, alright, well. I don't have the ability to put an air balloon here to retreat it, so my only option is to get one of my supporters that picks it up. Fine, I don't really want to gust this turn, so if I can get to one of those, that'd be great. First, I'm going to see if I have any Gholdengos I can pull out in my deck. And you can see I do have both of my supporters that let me pick up a Pokemon. So hopefully I get to one of those out of the 20 cards that are left. We can still make those odds a little better, though. We can discard some of these cards we don't need. Pull some energies out of the deck. The Earthen Vessels. We needed these energies anyway for the knockout. Super Rod puts cards back in, so we won't be doing that this turn. But then we'll start drawing. We don't get anything from the Fez, because he didn't knock anything out. But we do get the Lunar Cycle, at least. And there's the Turo. Perfect. So not only do we get to pick up the Genesect, but we get rid of his 200 damage, so that's no longer being threatened. We also get to put Gholdengo up here, so that he gets a coin bonus for 2 instead of 1. So we get an extra card out of the deal. And, yeah, even more bonuses. We get Battle Cage, which is a really good counter to him. The question is, do we have... yeah, we do have another Gimme Gold to grab, so we'll do that. Battle Cage prevents him from placing damage counters on our bench Pokemon, which both is... he does 60 off the Phantom Dive and 30 with the Adrena Brain, so it blocks both of these guys from attacking my bench, which is awesome. And then we do still need one more energy here, so we will Superior for that. And get rid of both of these because those are no longer needed. Grab 4 more energies. And you know how I said there was no way we would financially recover from that turn? I do see some light at the end of the tunnel now. They have a 1-card hand and did not play a supporter last turn, which would indicate that they don't have a... Oh no, they played a boss. Never mind. That card could be Lily's to get them 6, or it could be Iono to get them 4 and put me down to 3. All those completely possible. I should have probably discarded 1 energy, 1 metal, but I didn't feel like it. Okay. So one of those cards was Buddy Poffman. So they had the 1 card, get to draw 1 at the beginning of the turn, and then Dracloak's ability, which lets him look at the top 2, put 1 on top of the deck, or no, sorry, put 1 of those in his hand and put 1 on the bottom of the deck. We'll see if he gets anything with Poffin. Probably a Dreepy. If he's got another one. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's got 3 Dreepy here and 1 under there, so... A second Badoo. All right. Old move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. He can still item lock me, but if he can't disrupt my hand... I got this massive hand. I've still got energies. Worse for him, I can boss and I can knock this out. And the question is actually... Do I have enough energies to do that play? So I'd have to do 2 of my 3 energies. Let's see, I got 5 in the discard. So yeah, if I were to draw 1 more energy, then I could do that. But I can't let him item lock me out of all energies. Yeah, that play right there, the Hilda grabbing those 2, really makes me want to knock this out more. Because I don't want him bringing up another Dragapult. Now this I don't like. I know he can play faster than this. He's stalling me on purpose. He's just taking all the time off the clock, like I'm gonna DC or something, or get frustrated. This style of play I do not like. Okay, so he's gonna counter Catcher to try to bring something up to stall. Best option is probably the Gimme Ghoul here, because it's got 2 retreat cost and it's not currently available to attack. But yeah, this is egregious. Like, he doesn't have to take this much time to think. If I was in Toronto right now, I'd be calling a judge for slow play. He does know, he should know that I have another Gholdengo. It does actually make the play slightly worse, though, because now I need to use another energy to attach. Okay, we drew 1, though, so this is good. I don't have any way to search the deck without items, so I just kind of have to draw. See if we can get another energy. Superior doesn't really help us if we're going to be item locked the whole time. Okay. We can also gust to stall. So yeah, that definitely makes this the better play. So we're going to do that. We're definitely going to boss. And we're definitely going to... You know, there is one other way to get an energy too. It's Penny. So, yeah. This is the better play. No, I want to keep the metal. Go both of the fighting gone. I cannot believe how we've come back in this game. It's crazy stuff. we still do need 2 more knockouts here. And we only have the energy for 1 knockout on 1 Badoo, so we need another energy. And I haven't had a way to look into my deck. Oh, or, okay, the Ursaluna could come out on the field. That's fine. Why not? Is the Ursaluna coming up to attack? I mean, he does have an energy that he could attach to it, but it can't knock me out, though. It only does 240. Yeah, so he's going to Itch Pollen for nothing to keep blocking my items. So it's at this point that I'm going to play the Arven to search. See what's in here. Okay, so we got a Nest Ball and a Penny. Which, the thing is, I can't play the Penny on the same turn that I boss. So that is kind of a problem. So I need the Penny before I do anything else. And let's see what we get out of the prize. The other thing, there's also a prize card, but I should have counted the energies. See if this would be an energy. Oh no, it's an Earthen Vessel. So we've got 8 energies with 3 on field. So yeah, that's all my energy. This, I actually don't know what this card is, but I should. Yeah, what is probably his best play right now is to just oh, okay. Well, we've got Dawn. That doesn't really help, though. I mean, I guess the Fez maybe can get something to help. His best is to just keep me item locked so I can't Superior. I should have maybe... Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have rotted. There was no extra energy at that time when I had it. So, that doesn't help. And actually, right now, my best move is just to boss the Ursaluna. Because it's got 3 retreat costs. He can attack me, but he can't retreat it. If he has Turo, he can maybe pick it up. But I don't know if this runs Turo. So yeah, all we're going to do is we're just going to boss their big fat Ursaluna. And we're just going to pass, because we're just going to hope that he can't get the Badoo back up there to item lock, because I am out of energy. But if he puts the Badoo back up there, then I can just Penny to win. Oh, I could have done that just now. Damn it, I could have just pennied to win. I'm so dumb. I could have... So, okay, well, that works, because he knows he's stuck. But I could have just drawn the last 2 cards with coin bonus and then just pennied to have that extra energy to win. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's fine. I'll just take the win and stop being so hard on myself. Alright, I do have to use the restroom real quick. Probably going to be all of, like, a minute, so I will be right back. Alright. Thank you all for patiently waiting. I have returned. I have now also officially achieved my highest ranking ever at 1631. It's awesome. Never been up here before. Climbed this mountain for the first time. Now we are up to 5 games total today, so I would, as much as I would love to play 5 more, I probably have 2, maybe 3 more games. Guys, slow playing like in that last round do not help at all. At least we won the coin toss, so it's time we get to go second, which is preferred for this deck. You know what I really should have done was I should have run the ad. The pre-roll ad thing law's gone. That's my bad. Spare you from it now. Fortunately, we didn't start with one of our 3 soul rocks. We did start with a Turo, so the donk is still actually on the board right now. So we can Nest Ball for Soul Rock, Fighting Gone for Lunatone, and we have the energy. So we could do the initial 70 if they start with just a 70 basic. Now, it's going to be a mirror instead. They get the Genesect start. Now, had they started with something more akin to, like, I don't know, something more like Gholdengo, for instance, then maybe I could have made that happen. Still, this is not a great start for them if this is all they have. Okay. So they get double gimmies with their 2 Gholdengos. A much better start for them. Meanwhile, this start for me is actually kind of weak. Not great. We're going to do the same thing, but we're not going to go so aggressive. We're going to grab the Soul Rock and the Lunatone, but we're actually just going to try to drop a 3. Because we have the fighting energy already to be able to Lunar Cycle. I'm actually really not that enthusiastic about this play, but we're going to see what we get off of this. If we can get an Arven, that'd be nice. Yep, okay, we'll take it. The only real problem I see here is that there's no energy now. I mean, we could Superior with a 1, but that's not really worth it to just do 70 to Genesect. I don't really see that play being all that useful. So we're going to do this. I'm actually not a big fan of what I'm having to do here. So I have to make a choice between whether or not to put down the Genesect and risk losing the first 2 prizes of the game. I mean, I think it's definitely double gimme, and then... Yeah, I mean, I guess it is, because... I need those Gholdengos too, but he already has them. So assuming he's got an Arven or an Air Balloon, he gets that and he's good. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna retreat. Put out the Soul Rock. And then again, the only question here is if it's worth doing 70. I think the answer is no. So we're just gonna end our turn. If anything, it'd be more useful to have the Superior next turn, so I could draw 3 with the Lunar Cycle. If I don't get an energy off of all the coin bonuses. Yeah, but it's not good. It's not a good start. It's not the worst start, but it's not ideal. Now, he would have to have Air Balloon already, because he can't Arven for it if he wants to Gust. Unless he runs Counter Catcher, which is actually more common in this deck. I'm in the minority running my A-Spec as Precious Trolley, which I'm well aware of, but I think it's so good for consistency. I think it really is the better of the 2 A-Specs, but in their situation where they're in right now, you'd rather have Prime Catcher, actually. Okay, so the Gong, gonna get the Lunatone and the Soul Rock. Down. The mirror is this weird dance of not wanting to be the only one to have a 2-prizer down on the field. Which is funny, because they had it down first because they started Genesect, but because they're going first, they get to evolve first, so they get the first shot at getting knockouts. But they have to have all the cards to do it. They have to not only have a boss, they have to have an air balloon to get the Genesect out, and they have to have 5 energies in hand. Actually, 6. So yeah, so we get the Turo. So with the Turo, there will be no boss. You can't target the Genesect. And he did the same thing as me, which is kind of funny. Okay, so first thing we'll do, same thing as him. We'll thin. We're not going to need all 4 Gholdengos this game. 3 will be plenty. So now our play is to try to get a boss and enough energy to knock this out, which not exactly an easy task. We know we need at least 1 metal, so make sure to grab that now. So we just have it. Nothing else we can do to thin, so we'll go ahead and into the lunar cycle. Okay, so we can thin a card out there. The unfortunate part is we also kind of need an air balloon to get Soul Rock out of here, which that's probably not going to happen. We only got 1 more air balloon. Because I didn't have an energy to attach last turn. That kind of sucked. I guess we'll just start drawing with the coin bonuses. We know we're not going to get more than 2 anyway. It's a lot of energy we've fished out of here. And, oh, the other air balloon's prize. So, yeah, this was never a play. We could still get an Arvin to get the first knockout at least, but... I don't know, let's see. Arvin? Arvin, okay. Called our shot, and... shot came through, I guess. It's more of a consolation prize, because... probably giving up the first 2-prize knockout here, which is kind of bad, but this is the only play we have, so we'll do it anyway. Not happy about it, but you know, they still need a boss, which, you know, again, these decks typically run 3 or 4, and they shouldn't have any in the discard pile yet, so no, I mean, they might have had the boss last turn and just not the energies. So we'll see. Yeah, they get the Fez for 3 more. So yeah, their odds of having boss here are super high. So yeah, I think we just lost, but we could have tried to put them in the same pickle that we were in, where they had the Soul Rock stuck with no energy. By knocking out the Soul Rock, we actually moved him out of the way, so that now all they need is a metal energy here, a boss, and then 6 energies in hand, which they have 15 cards. So, good chance that'll happen. At that point, in the best of 3 tournament that I'm going to play in on Saturday... Oh, okay. Arvin. So, is this a Prime Catcher? Okay. They do run Prime Catcher, so yes. There's our answer. That's their gust option to try to get 2 prizes here, which I'm sure they will, because they're going to Prime Catcher up to bring the other Gholdengo active, and probably go after one of mine or my Genesect. And assuming they didn't just completely whiff on energy, then yeah. They may have only gotten 5 if they're bringing up the Genesect. Because they'd rather knock out one of my Gholdengos. I mean, the good news is if they don't have the knockout here, which I'm sure they do, they need 6 energies. They need 1 to attach, and then 5 energies to knock out Genesect. If they don't have the knockout, then I think we win. I don't know how much they've actually grabbed, but Earthen Vessel will get them 2 more. I mean, the fact that they discarded an energy instead of a different card would suggest that they're good. And if they're superior, they can grab 3. So yeah, mathematically, that's at least 5. I'm sure they've got 1 more chilling in their hand. So I think at this point, so by the way, Esper in the chat, if you guys want to try to catch that, you can do just exclamation point Pokecatch. I have Ultra Balls unlocked, so I always do the Ultra Balls for the best chance to get them. But the question now becomes, do we try to target down the Pheasantippides, or do we try to target down the Gholdengo? It's usually easier for them to get another energy. I like to target the draw power. It would require a boss for us to knock out the Fez. We don't currently have one of those. I don't think we have any other energies in there. All out, so. Treats. We gotta get the boss eventually. Going all the way down to 4 cards. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Beautiful. So we'll limit a little bit of that draw power, but probably not enough to turn this thing around. But, you know, all we can do is try. But yeah, so you only get 50 minutes per round in the best of 3 in the regional championship for each round. So there does come a certain point where when you feel like a match that you're really familiar with is not going to go your way and the odds are just low of you turning it around, that you do scoop. You scoop to try to save time for games 2 and 3. This would be an example, like mathematically, they're going to take 2 prizes, I'm going to take 2 prizes, and 1 left, and they're going to take 2 prizes. I don't have any way to disrupt this giant hand. That is happening. I am losing this game. But, A, I did say that about the last game, and I was wrong. B, you never know. You know, they might just whiff. They might have a bunch of their superior energy retrievals prized. Who knows? They're having to Arven just to grab one of them. They've already played 1, so... who knows? Maybe their last 2 prizes will be... like, when I'm playing this out here, there's no time limit. I'm not playing the best of 3. I'm just trying to rank up and get practice with the mechanics of the deck. So there's no point in scooping here, but unless I'm sure they've won. Like, if I see that they have it in hand, sometimes I'll scoop. Usually I'll make them play it out. Who knows? They might DC or click the wrong button. I don't stall them for time like some people do. That's a little excessive, but you know, I'm not above making them make the plays. I got 20 cards in hand though. I mean, there's no way they don't have this realistically, but I'll still play it out just for grins and giggles. So I put the air balloon up. So that 1 with air balloon up so I can draw an extra card because I get 2 from coin bonus when it's active, 1 from coin bonus when it's on the bench. So And I can retreat this guy again, but I actually don't want to do that here because I only have 2 cards. Yikes. Let's not make that silly mistake. Auto lose. I'm paying attention, I promise. Yeah, real simple. There's no reason for us to really do anything else because we don't have any disruption for them. We've got, you know, 3 superiors in our hand to get it back next turn. But yeah, it's that one prize we were off, fortunately. They didn't leave any, like, gimme ghouls or anything for us to knock out the Soul Rock, so there was no one prize play available there. And they're down to 4 cards. Now they'll be down to 2. It's funny, the mirror that's going on here. But, so assuming that they have the double superior in hand, they have it. They need 7 energies, 1 to attach, but, you know, they have a vessel and a super rod. And, you know, I mean, they probably have it, but I'm going to make them actually do it. Oh, and Lena's Aid. So this is a card that I don't run, but some people do. And yeah, it can be good for this situation exactly right here. It's Pokemon that don't have a rule box, which I think is weird. You can't grab Gholdengo or Fez. But it can get you those energies you need to pull this play off. So yeah, I had extra. You know, it's showing off now with 400, but that's alright. Losing in the mirror is not the worst thing that could happen to me. Always nice to see another person playing my deck way up here in the high ranks. Kind of affirms my decision to play it a little bit. But it does knock me back down off my pedestal that I had climbed up to. So I'm going to play one more. I don't have to work until 9, so I've still got about 8 hours. But the thing is that I would like to start going to bed a little earlier in general for the Toronto trip. I got, you know, again, it's Toronto, so it's 3 hours ahead. The tournament starts at 8:30, so in theory, I'll be playing at 5:30 my time, just because I can wake up at 9. Plus, my flight leaves at 5 o'clock on Friday, so that'll probably help me reset my clock a lot anyway, but I'd rather not having a huge sleep debt going into the weekend, so I should probably try to go to bed by at least like 11 Thursday night so I can get some sleep. Scaling it back even by 2 hours, though, in a couple of nights is going to be a little rough. Should probably not be playing this game, but I'll make this my last one. That's my decision. Ooh, and I've actually been streaming for almost 5.5 hours. That's plenty of time. Okay, so this is an okay start. Not so bad. It's got donk potential. My opponent starts bad enough, I could maybe pick him off here, but... or they could start with a totally non-donkable Pokemon like Fez. What else is new? I'm going second, though. And I got Trolley, which is cool. Okay, we got Teal Mask Overpawn. Interesting. What are we doing with that Teal Mask? Ah, we've got Mega Venusaur. Interessante. I don't really love this matchup. I don't think it's too bad. It's just not very good. Not super favorable for me. The boss was one of the things I was hoping to get, though. The boss means I can secure, for sure, a turn 1 knockout here. The Trolley is going to get me my Soul Rock that I need to do that attack. It's going to get me 2 of these, 1 of these, and I still got 1. We'll grab 1 more, give me. Okay. Then the only remaining question is, do I Lunar Cycle? I think I do, but I might have to burn a superior to actually get the attack if I don't get anything to get another fighting energy. The odds are high, though. I run, so many vessels and fighting gongs. The odds are high. So yeah, I'd rather do the drawing now. Yeah, so I get the gong. That works perfect. Beautiful. So it's going to be air balloon to retreat boss up the Chikorita. And then we got our 70 for knockout. Not a donk, but we'll take the turn 1 prize, all the same. Well, sorry, the turn 2 prize. The first turn that we could get a prize, we got. Well, no, it's turn 1. This is our turn 1. We're going second, but we still call that a turn 1 knockout. Because it's my turn 1. Let's see. Turn 1. And then this is their turn 2. So this is what is annoying about this deck, is Forest of Vitality. It lets them just evolve their grass Pokemon anytime they want, other than their first turn of the game. They couldn't do it last turn, but they could do it this turn. You can go straight, there's no Bulbasaur on the field, and you can go straight to Venusaur. It's like, what? But my prize map to win at this point in the game is actually pretty simple. It's get a 2 prize knockout, and then get a 3 prize knockout on Venusaur. That's how I win the game from here. So I only need 2 turns to make this happen. He will need at least 3 turns to win. So, I mean, he's currently playing his turn, obviously. But he's having a pretty good turn right now. He did play the Iono, though, so there's no Gust for him. So you can see Meganium just came out of nowhere. Yeah, so he got everything this turn. Great. Good for him. I'm so thrilled for him here. And if he got the counter catcher, he can't actually knock out my Genesect, which is funny, because it's resistant to grass. So he can only do Jungle Dump for 210. But if he's knocking out Soul Rock, then yeah, then he will still need 3 more turns to win this game. All right. Now, what we got was not super ideal. We could still Metal Signal to get our 2 Gholdengos out, which is fine. But yeah, we didn't get anything to really get any energies. We did get our Soul Rock, so we can at least draw 3 here, 2 here, and 1 more. But I don't really like my odds of getting to 8 energies this turn. That's gonna be a tough task, because it's 8 to knock this big sucker out. I might have to try to 2-shot it. Okay, that helps a little. Yeah, that's not bad. So what we can do with this with Arven, we've already got a superior to grab the 2 energies plus the 1 we're gonna discard here. So we're gonna do this to grab a vessel. We don't have the air balloon. That's a bummer. I'll grab the Vitality Band, but missing the other air balloon is kind of a bummer. If I had known that, I actually would have Penny. Well, I guess Penny wouldn't have been any better, really. So we're just gonna get the 1 extra from coin bonus, because we don't have the air balloon to retreat. That's sweet, but that doesn't help. And then we'll Lunar Cycle and see what our math looks like. Okay, so a Gong will get us another energy. We get to evolve this one as well, so we get 1 more card. A Boss, which does not help at all. So right now, we have 1 energy to attach, so that'd be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 energy short. Feels bad. We'll at least knock that thing out. At this point, I think it might be better to split it rather than go all in, or maybe he could Turo it. I don't need to waste all of my energies. Did I even do that math right? I don't think I did, because I can only get 3 out of here. No, I didn't do my math right. Because, yeah, I can do 300, but... there's really not much point doing 300. He can heal 30 when he does Jungle Dump. So I want like 1 Superior's worth, so 200 left. So if I do 300, yeah, no, so we'll do 250. So we're gonna keep 1 fighting energy in hand. Which with that we can still Lunar Cycle next turn. Oh, that's disgusting. I always forget about this stupid Toad Scroll card. That's the worst. Oh, he whiffed it though. It's prized. That is huge for us. Toad Scroll has an effect where it stops us from being able to take cards out of our discard pile and put them in our hand with the use of items, trainer cards and stuff. So the fact that he whiffed it means he can't block my Superior Energy Retrieval. Well, what the hell? He had it the whole time. What's with that? Now he's just making me mad. So yeah, we can see cards from your opponent's discard pile can't be put into their hand by effective abilities or trainer cards. So yeah, my energies, these 5 are now stuck in here. And I didn't seem to have that many other ones anyway, so I don't know if I can get enough energy to knock this out. Let me take a look. We can. Nice thing about this is it lets us search our deck whenever we want and thin all the Gholdengos out of it. We do have 2 energies in there. We have a vessel. So yeah, we could knock this out this turn. It probably will just get it back, but it's our best bet to win is to Gust and take that out. Much as it sucks. And we can't even discard the Lunar Cycle for that. We just have to straight up get this off the 4 cards, which, yeah, that also can't put energies back in. Yeah, the Fighting Gong is not enough energies. It's also not enough energies to knock him out. I messed up my math. Well, no. 1 Superior would have been enough, but... yeah, I think with that, we're probably pretty much toast, to be honest with you. This is a silly play, but we're going to do it anyway, I guess. We're going to... Turo to take the damage back up. Another energy goes to the discard. We're going to hit him for 70. Vitality Band's already in there, so 100 isn't enough. If we could boss and hit that for 70 twice, but he can move the energy, so it doesn't... yeah, this game's over. He got us with this card. This card is our Bane. It's like one of the few things that can really counter us. I actually played this deck in Milwaukee because I was hoping to be able to use this to counter Gholdengo. And I think I faced 1 Gholdengo all day, which really was a bummer. But I just don't think I really have anything else that can help me win this game, because I only have 1 energy left, and yeah, Man, I'm just kind of stuck. We're good. That's the kind of situation where, you know, I'm okay scooping even in this scenario, because he just had a matchup advantage of me, and he was able to get a hold of it. That deck is not usually that consistent, in my opinion, but still, you know, overall a pretty good day. 4 and 3, we'll take it. I don't think I'll see much Venusaur at the big tournament. That's kind of a rogue deck, but we didn't quite hit the game total of 10, but today was my gaming day with Shane. I had a really fun time streaming. Thanks again to Emmy for the big raid. 12 Gato Forever, thank you for the follow. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching the VOD. I'll see you guys next time.